Day 80, ladies and gentlemen. So far, there's only 20 more days to go until we reach the end of the first 10th of our 1000 Dawns. And so far, it's been quite a ride so far. And to be honest, the journey we had last night was also really, really interesting, because for those at all interested about what happened last night, let me explain it. I arrive at work, meant to start my shift at 7:15. Then all of a sudden, I have at least three managerial staff come up towards me and say, "We might have actually have an interesting proposition, and that is, would I like to do a shift in Sunderland tonight?" So so I do about like an hour's work at where I usually at, and what became of that is that somebody actually won a pretty large prize, and then won a little bonus on top of it. And what happened after that is that, well, pretty much I went straight to Sunderland, and to be fair, I haven't really got any rooms to complain, because the journey to Sunderland was actually very straightforward, and to be honest, it was quite nice, actually, to be honest. Which, again, it's one of those curious quirks about this life now, where I just do things, and I do them with the minimum of fuss, and they're fairly straightforward. See, literally, I could just, for example, I could just drive up to Dundee right now if I wanted to, because, well, about 5 months ago, I had to drive there and back the span of about 8.5 hours to pick up my brother, and then drive all the way back. So, doing long distance journeys, doing really any journey, to be honest, is very, very straightforward, and just, again, without a minimum of fuss. And even though it took about 30 minutes to drive there, and 30 minutes, technically 45, because, well, I live further away and stuff like that, so it was just a little way to top off the evening, so to speak. And with all that being said and done, I'm now halfway through the first of 3 days off work, and then I've got a whole 6 days in a row of work, which is going to be completely fine. It will literally come and go like you won't believe. With that being said, since I also got paid off work earlier this morning, about just over 12 hours ago, by the time I got home and I went straight to bed at about 3:30 in the morning, I slept until 9:45 in the morning. But I must admit, I woke up, and I think I stayed in bed, just kind of just getting my head together for about 30 minutes. It was a long day yesterday, but to be honest, it was quite fun, and the staff down in Sunderland are quite nice people, so it was actually quite a good night, all things considered. With that being said, now I have to focus on how I'm going to make the most out of these 3 days. And to be fair, the machine has kept running no matter what. And again, it's what I've always said. We're keeping up the pace, because today I am starting my training for this charity bike ride. And what does it involve, you may be asking? Well, at about, I'm going to say about maybe, I don't know, like an hour from now, I'm going to get to the gym, start a membership again, and basically just do cycling exclusively. It's a shame that there isn't like a deal or anything like that they could have cut if you're only meant to use one piece of equipment, but oh well, it's just one of those things. Now, in order to make this work, I need to do roughly about 3 hours of bike riding each day going forwards. And thankfully, since a lot of my time at work means being on night shifts, it means we have the added bonus of, well, I could do workouts first thing in the morning, and I can have a rest somewhere in the afternoon, and get ready to go to work that night. So we can make this work out. This line of work is actually more inducive, to you will, to having a bit more of a social lifestyle, so to speak. It's a little, it's better for that cause, so to speak. But with all that being said and done, and once again, I have to adjust myself to the roller coaster that my ride is becoming. Well, my life is becoming. Sometimes I have my good days. Sometimes I have a little bit not quite as good days. Then we'll have better days around the next bend. And it is, as I have said a few times before, when we do have bad days, which will happen sooner or later, guess what? It's just a matter of we make sure that the next day is better than the last. And that is, as they say, that. And I will see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.